The Owl of Baskerville. Hello everyone, as you know, our group is going to present about the story of the Owl of Baskerville. Let's start with a story. The story starts at the Baker Street. The famous detective that everyone should know, his name is Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He was working with Dr. Watson at the Baker Street. One day, Dr. Mortimer came and told Mr. Holmes very weird story about the curse of Baskerville. Dr. Mortimer was a doctor who lived and worked on Dark Moon. As you know, Dark Moon is a dark and wild place. There is only one big house on Dark Moon called Baskerville House. The owner of this house was Dr. Mortimer's friend called Sir Charles Baskerville. 3 months ago, the Times newspaper published about the death of Sir Charles Baskerville. The newspaper didn't report all the facts. Dr. Mortimer said there was a story about a curse on the Baskerville family. It's called the Owl of the Baskerville. In this year, 1645, Sir Hugo Baskerville was the owner of Baskerville Hall. He was a cruel man who did not believe in any god. Every day he went on hunting and drinking with his gang. A farmer on Dark Moon has a very beautiful daughter. Sir Hugo fell in love with her, but she was afraid of him. The girl's father told Sir Hugo to stay away from his farm. One day, when the farmer was working, Sir Hugo rode to the farm with his gang and called the girl to Baskerville Hall. Sir Hugo locked her in his bedroom. The girl was terrified. She waited until it was dark. Then she escaped while Sir Hugo. She started to run across the dark moor. Sir Hugo came up to his bedroom. Suddenly, he was terribly angry. Call of the girl disappeared. Sir Hugo and his gang started using a dog to find the girl. But every dog was fear of something that wasn't clear in the dark. Sir Hugo didn't stop finding the girl because of his anger. In the moonlight, Sir Hugo saw a strange huge black dog. Instantly, the huge black dog jumped on Sir Hugo and killed him. Since that time, many of the sons of the Baskerville family have died while they were young. Holmes didn't believe this story. Sir Charles died from heart attack. His body was found in the edge of the moor. It looked like he was running away from something that had footprint of gigantic owl. Dr. Mortimer said, I did not believe in this story. Holmes said, he wanted to know the truth. Dr. Mortimer said, no one else saw the footprint except Sir Charles. How do you know that, Sir Charles? Holmes said, because he smoked a cigar and his white cigar ash on the ground. Dr. Mortimer answered. At the time, Dr. Mortimer needed to go for a meeting with Sir Charles' nephew, named Sir Henry, at Waterloo Station for an hour. Holmes says, come and see me again tomorrow morning. Please bring Sir Henry with you. I believe Sir Henry was in danger, Dr. Mortimer said, and then left.
The next morning, Dr. Mortimer brought Sir Henry Baskerville to Baker Street. Sir Henry told Sherlock Holmes that there's two strange things that have happened. First, Sir Henry has received a letter. The words from the letter are cut from a newspaper except for the word more. The second thing is someone has stolen one of Sir Henry's boats at the hotel. Holmes wants to visit Sir Henry's hotel. Perhaps he can find the answer. After that, there is a strange man with a black beard following Dr. Mortimer and Sir Henry. Holmes and Watson follow that man with a black beard. And after that, they saw a man with a black beard watching Sir Henry and Dr. Mortimer as they walk Oxford Street. But the man with the black beard saw two of them, so he shouted to the cab driver to drive quickly. Holmes and Watson arrived at the hotel at 10 minutes to 2. They saw Sir Henry talk to the manager that there are two boots disappear from his room. Holmes asked Dr. Mortimer about the man with a black beard. Dr. Mortimer told him that the man with the black beard is a servant at the Baskerville. His name is Barrymore. Holmes asked Sir Henry that if he dies, he will be the owner of the Baskerville Hall. Sir Henry doesn't know the answer. Sir Charles had two brothers and younger brother. The younger brother never married and died in South America. And he doesn't know who will get all of this money if he dies. Watson met Sir Henry Baskerville and Dr. Mortimer at the Paddington station and they got off the train at this small station in Grimpen village, and were waiting for the driver to take him to Baskerville Hall. They stopped at the outside of the hall. Dr. Mortimer left Watson and Sir Henry. After he left, Barrymore, or the man with the black beard, came out of the house. Watson looked carefully. Is it the guy that followed Sir Henry and Dr. Mortimer? He wasn't sure. At night, Watson wrote a letter, what he see and what he heard, to Sherlock Holmes. While he was writing, he heard a woman crying sound. The only woman in this house was Mrs. Barrymore. So he asked Sir Henry, did you hear a woman crying in the night? Sir Henry also heard a sound like crying too, but he thought it was a wind on the moor. Watson walked across the empty moor. He heard a voice call Dr. Watson. It was Dr. Mortimer that called him. Watson saw a stranger walking towards him. His name is Stapleton. Stapleton wanted Watson to see his house. His house is in the Great Gimpen Mire. Watson asked him that why he lived in a dangerous and lonely place. Stapleton told him that he is a naturalist and interested in flowers and birds here. While Watson and Stapleton are talking, they heard a strange sound. After that, Stapleton's sister is coming to meet them. Watson asked her about the strange sound, but she didn't hear anything. After that, Stapleton and his sister showed their house to Watson. After that, Miss Stapleton walked out and talked to him about the sound. The people say that it is the Hound of the Baskervilles. They say it killed Sir Charles and now it will kill Sir Henry. She told Watson to go back to London today and she get back to the house quickly. Watson walked along the narrow path slowly and thinking about what she had said.
Watson wrote a report. Then at night, Watson saw something strange. He saw Barrymore holding a candle, signaling. Watson was confused that why is Barrymore was signaling to someone and why. He asked himself that why is Barrymore signal the light. Watson followed Sir Henry, and he found that Sir Henry already caught that Barrymore was signaling to someone at the door. Sir Henry asked Barrymore who he was signaling. Barrymore proceeded to not tell him. Watson and Sir Henry followed the light coming from the door, and there was a man who ran and fell from the rocky hill. It was Sheldon, the murderer. Watson were confused about a man who was at the scene. It was a thin, tall man. Watson asked Mr. Franklin that if he have even saw that man. Mr. Franklin admitted that he had seen him a lot of time in the past, but did not know who it is. Watson walking into the farmhouse with his revolver. He kept walking deeper and deeper until the man appeared. It is a lovely evening, isn't it, Watson? He said. The man was Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes went to scout for the murderer, but Holmes come to scout the murderer in secret, because he know that the murderer is clever, and he might know the presence of Sherlock Holmes. They heard a strange howling sound. They think that it is the Hound of the Baskervilles that make the sound. Sir Henry went out to the moor with Dr. Watson, but Sherlock Holmes said that he shouldn't go if he is with him. Barrymore said that Sir Charles received a letter, and he burnt it. Sherlock Holmes think that the letter was a secret meeting invite. Holmes wanted to go hunting at night, but Sir Arthur asked if Holmes already know who is the real murderer. While at night, there was thick white mist everywhere that is really hard to see through. So they climbed up the tower, and while they were up there, they saw a huge black shape made of chain clanking. It was the Hound of the Baskervilles, head with burning fires. Eyes and jaw were burning bright with fire. They killed the Hound of the Baskervilles with their revolvers. Holmes said that the real murderer was Stapleton. He explained that Stapleton paid a waiter at the hotel to steal boots that she would have Sir Henry smells. But the boot is new, so there aren't any smell of Sir Henry. But Selden were wearing old clothes of Sir Henry, so the dog hunted Selden.